You are listening to Innovators Can Laugh with Eric Melcher, where I dive into the interesting and fascinating stories of innovators and startup founders from Europe. Let's dive in. Hey, everybody. Eric here from Innovators Can Laugh. And before we jump in today's show, we're doing a new format for the show, and I would really love to get your feedback. So feel free to send me a message on innovatorscanlaugh.com or through Twitter. And again, would really love to get your feedback. And so with that said, today for the show, we're having Tadas Cekavicius he is the CEO of FullReach.io, which is on a mission to help companies grow efficiently, get insights on customers, and disrupt the U.S. advertising industry. Tadas, welcome to the show.
Hi, Eric. Yeah, pleasure to be here. Hi.
Yeah. Before we dive in, I was just wondering, do you have any 2022 New Year's resolutions?
Oh, yeah. I do that oftenly. And this year, I don't know, I need some sort of a sports challenge. One year I had, I walked on foot basically all throughout Lithuania, like 600 kilos or so. So this year I want to do something on a bicycle. So, I'm just planning to actually have a bicycle trip from Vilnius to Klaipėda, where my sort of, fathers-in-law live and everything like that. So it's probably a 400 kilo trip or something like that. So we'll see. Yeah.
Very cool. Very, very cool. All right. All right. Okay. So in one sentence, tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. So, first, I'm a husband and I'm a father. I'm soon to be a two small children father. I have done a lot of different things in business. I've tried different verticals. I've been a CEO or at least leading groups of people for, 10 years or so. And what I realized is I really like to innovate. I really like to create and start things from scratch. So that's what we are doing now at FullReach. We are, it's been a year of starting a new startup and launching stuff in US and new market, new time zone and everything like that. And it's been a very, very good year for me in many, many respects. Yeah.
All right. Fantastic. And congrats on about to be a father of two little ones. I myself am a father of two little ones, and I know how hard it is to juggle, work and parenting and family life. But it looks like you're pretty young. It looks like you've got the energy for it. If you're walking 400, 500 kilometers, then you have the secret to life and juggling all this.
It's just that you're going to have to reveal it's just an image, right? I'm in marketing. Let's just remember that.
Yeah. Okay. So with all of my guests, I like to get to know their personality a little bit. So First question for you here, Tadas, what is a favorite song that you can listen to over and over again?
Oh, you know what? I've listened a couple of yours to podcasts, and I really realized that you asked that. And I'm really, really, I'm a bit of a audiophile, and I listen a lot of things, and I know a lot of things. But probably for me, it's going to be Foo Fighters, and it's going to be All My Life. So this is something that I constantly, catch myself sort of drifting or singing or doing something with that song. Yeah, and it's probably going to be, I don't know, 15, 20 years, probably just singing that song, which just reminds me that I'm not that young, Eric, by the way. It's, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it won't, because in 1 year you're going to be singing Baby Shark or something else.
I already am. Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Second question for you. What is a crazy thing that you have done to earn or save money?
I don't know how crazy. I'm a bit mellow with this. But okay. So I've been when I was still in school, 18 years old, I think, I was selling, pension funds for everybody like 40 plus. So I was like 18-year-old financial advisor that would come in to your aunt or like anybody, and I would convince them to join this pension fund. And they were doing actually great stuff. Like really, it's the best pension fund still in Lithuania right now. But when I'm looking at it right now, it's really crazy that somebody without any life experience and knowledge and basically anything would convince somebody to actually join a pension fund for all their life. So it's like, yeah. So this is probably,
Why on earth would somebody buy a pension from an 18-year-old? That's the first thing in
I
my
don't
mind
know.
right now.
I don't know, but I was making so much money right now, right at that time. At least it seemed for me. It was such a good
Yeah.
money. And yeah, I just work on it.
What was like your average close rate? I'm so curious.
So I would actually close, I think, 10 contracts a month, which was not that much, but I would earn probably a couple thousand litas by that time. We still hadn't got the euro. So it was like 600 euros or something like that. And at that time, it was probably as much as my parents did. So basically, so I was earning a proper salary by just, I don't know, convincing some people that it's a good idea. I knew a lot.
Okay.
I knew a lot about pension funds. Like I still do. It's like I can still give you advice. you know. Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna come back to this in a second. All right. This is so fascinating. All right. Third question for you, Tadas. What is a dish? Essentially, what is a meal
Mhm.
that you do not like?
Uh,
My wife, she likes liver, but I can't stand it. So
no, this is the wrong question for me. I probably eat everything, and I will try everything. Yeah. I cook a lot myself. So like everything, I have one weird thing. I don't eat the raw apples, like, just not cooked apples, because if I eat it, the
okay.
sound that you make when you actually, are crunching an apple, this apple crunch, it makes my
Yeah.
my hair stand. It's like goosebumps on like all my body. So I don't eat the apple. But other than that, no.
Okay. That's interesting. I've never heard that before.
I know.
Sound.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Last question for you. What did you consider was rich when you were growing up? So, for example,
Mhm.
when I was a kid, I always thought that kids that were able to travel outside the state on vacation, to me, that was, oh, those, that family's rich.
Oh man, I mean, when I was growing up, we need to sort of remind ourselves that Lithuania was just out of the USSR. So like we were everything, probably TV shows and like US, and I remember Miami Vice with all those Ferrari cars and everything. I was like, that's unattainable. There's something really far away. It's like a dream. It's not a reality. Yeah. So this is probably it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Crockett and Tubbs. My dad used to love that show. And I still remember the theme song for it, the flamingos and
Yeah.
the,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don, he didn't wear any socks all the time. He would have like a turquoise t-shirt with the white
It's
suit.
such a crazy show, man. If you look at it now, it's such a crazy show. But at that time, it was
Yeah.
just a proper thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, it was such a cool show at that time. Okay,
Yeah.
so now it's time to play Innovators Can Laugh.
Mhm,
And so I sent you a link. Why don't you pop open your phone?
mhm. Wait a
What you're
sec.
going to do first
Mhm,
is that you're going to play it for about 30 seconds or up until it says pause.
uh-huh.
And first, you're just going to hear a little bit about Lucas Kaminskis. He's the founder of Turing College. He
Uh-huh.
is a fellow Lithuanian.
Yeah, I know him.
So
Yeah.
just go ahead and play it and just hear the introduction I did for him, kind of get to know him and pause it when you get to the pause slide. Okay. Let me know when you get to the first pause
Uh-huh.
and pause the video.
Or,
Okay. So,
mhm,
all right. So first question that I
mhm.
asked Lucas is whether or not pineapple belongs on pizza. What do you think Lucas said, Tadas?
The popular opinion would be that it doesn't, right? I think it's gonna be that it doesn't.
Uh-huh. Okay. So why don't we go ahead and find out what he said? Press play up until the point where it says pause. And what did he say?
Yeah, wait a sec. I'm just here. Yeah. No, it doesn't, right? Yeah.
That's right. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey, you
correct.
got one right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah. You got one right. All right. All right. Good. 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 Okay. That's 1 point. At the end of the season, whoever has the most points, they're going to get a free gift.
Oh yeah.
Right. So
Okay. Now it's just
that's
you.
what your
You
goal
just
is
up
right
the
there.
stakes. Okay. Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That free gift could be a poster in Miami Vice. You never know.
You never know. Maybe that's some turquoise jacket or something. Nobody knows. Right.
Exactly. That'll go great in Lithuania, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Next question I asked Lucas is what was the model of his first car? Okay. Now, what do you think, Lucas? What do you think his first car was?
Do you need to say the make and the model?
No, just the make of it.
It's gonna be Volkswagen. It's gonna be Volkswagen.
Volkswagen?
Yeah.
Okay, let's play the video and see what he
Let's play
said.
the video. Audi. That's so close.
Audi.
Okay. All right.
Audi.
Okay. Audi.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it is very close. It's the same company,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. It's just a clone. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I drive a Volkswagen, so
Me too, actually.
good
So
answer.
yeah.
Good answer. Okay. All right. Third question I asked Lucas here is what's something that people do not know about Lucas? You're not going to find it on his LinkedIn profile.
No, man.
That's a very wide, I know it's very wide there. So, but think of about a talent that
Yeah,
Lucas
yeah.
has
Okay,
that
okay.
most people don't know about.
Okay. He knows how to juggle. I don't know.
Okay. Well, let's see what he said here. Go ahead and play that video until the pause. Great.
Let's do that. Ah,
What did he say, Tadas?
he was a dancer. Right. Okay. Okay. We have a lot of dancers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody.
That's not too far from a juggler. I mean, it's an artist, it's some sort. So yeah.
You have to know your body to do that, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Last question I asked Lucas, and it was a fill in the blank question.
Okay.
Here is the thing that Lucas had to fill out. In the new Disney Channel original, Lucas is struggling with blank for the first time. In the Disney Channel original, Lucas is struggling with blank for the first time.
Okay. I don't know. Struggling with love. Sure. Disney.
Okay, love. All right. Yeah. I probably would have said the same answer there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I probably would have said love too, but let's go ahead and play that video and see what he says.
Okay. Let's see.
And what did he say?
Taking over Mars. All right. So he was definitely thinking about Mars. Lucas from Star Wars. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's where he got that from. Yeah, I was pretty surprised when he gave me that answer there, but yeah. All right.
Okay.
Hey, so far you got 1 point and you're in the lead. We did this last week.
Okay.
And Lucas didn't get any correct answers. So you're beating Lucas already.
Maybe it's the one point is the charm. Maybe it's enough. We'll see.
Yeah. We'll see. Okay, let's jump into your career, particularly jobs you had before 2015. You've had a variety of jobs, including real estate broker, head of sales. One company, there was like a laboratory equipment.
Yeah.
What was the toughest job that you had before 2015?
Okay, before 2015. I had actually one experience that, laboratory equipment was very, very tough because it was my company. We started with a couple of friends. So it's like, it was really tough and I learned a lot. But probably professional, I think the most, difficult part was to sell document organizing services. I would sell like archiving services for companies. So you can imagine I was like 20 years old. I would come into a company with, accountants and everything. I would like, look at your documents. We can organize that and we can make sure that they are correct. It's such a boring job and such a, not important thing to sell. It's really, you're always, 10th priority to a person that you're talking to. But it taught me a lot about how to approach people, how to talk to them, how to make sure that you're, pushing all the right buttons and not to over push because you're never going to, be as important as anything else that they're doing in their life and their job. So I think that experience was really, really powerful for me. Just understanding how to be that good guy, that nice guy that anybody actually likes to buy services from. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This was after the pension
Yeah, yeah. After
insurance.
pension
Okay.
insurance. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
How did you get into sales? I mean, you started at a very early age, it seems, at 18. Well, how did you know you wanted to go into this direction?
Okay, so I did this. I did the pension funds. Then I actually went to university, and in university, I was very active in student association. And in student association, everybody just basically picks out what you can do and what cannot. And I sort of landed on a job of attracting new sponsors for our events. And I was just being on the phone constantly and actually just talking to them and convincing them that, hey, it's a good idea to spend 1,000 euros on I don't know, university party and buying them beer. That's a good plan for your company. And I was doing it rather successfully, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the conversation and just promoting this.
Okay.
And after that year, I think when I realized that it takes nothing more than just to pick up the phone and talk to people and arrange stuff, and things happen, and suddenly you have a party for 500 people, and it's for free. Nothing costs you anything. It's amazing. Like I after that year, I thought like, you know what? Somebody would actually pay me to do that, so I could earn money instead of just having a party. So yeah. So I actually at second year in university, I was working full time. I was selling those things and stuff. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Obviously, as over time you got better at what you did, but were you seeking out any sort of resources or books or any tapes that you can learn from other salespeople? Or do you remember any of those tactics?
Yeah, I do. But actually, the most I think that I have learned is from the managers that I've worked with, or the CEOs, or the people, because somebody who has actual experience in the field and be there and notice how everybody acts and what is important, and have those lessons. I'm not a listener. I'm not a reader. I'm a listener. So I need to hear somebody talk and to explain me some things, so that I will learn. So that's why this is the way how I approach things. And even with the books now, I actually listen to the books. I don't read, and that works for me. So I think the biggest lessons is always just observing how somebody actually makes it work, and how what is important, and even asking their opinions. And then really really important in sales is listening. So listening to the client and listening to your manager is probably the best thing that you can do when you're going into sales. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. Around 2015, you took over the role of country manager for Bolt.
Yeah.
How did you get it? How did you step into this role? And what were some of the obstacles that you faced in the role?
uh it was funny. I was in a conference where I saw Marcus talk, and Marcus, founder of Bolt, he was like 19 at that time, and he was talking in this conference about the way they grew and how they're gonna beat Uber. And I was like, this guy is interesting. Like, and
Yeah.
he's very smart. Marcus is really smart, and he's really cool guy. And I was listening to him. I was like, that's interesting company and an interesting, founder and everything like that. And after I think 3 days, I received a call from Bolt, the hiring guy people, and they were like, "Hey, we see your profile. Maybe you would be interesting." And I was like, "Hey, Marcus works there. I might go after this." And that's it. And I was there, and it was, it was still probably one of the best experiences, like working wise, working there. When I joined Bolt, we were two people in Lithuania. I was doing everything. We were going in the streets and talking with taxi drivers. We would actually, convince them to join the company. I was kicked out of the taxi car, I don't know, 10 times probably, because, they were really not happy with what we were doing and, what was happening. So,
Uh-huh.
and then
Did you pretend you were a passenger
oh yeah,
first to get
first you
in the
just
car?
you
Like,
just get the taxi. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you go and you just take me to the bar, and they drive you, and then you start talking, and that's it. It's just that
yeah.
simple. It's like it's not difficult to reach taxi driver anywhere. They are in a car that marked taxi. It's that simple. And then at the same time, like on parallel, we were constantly in the news. We were in the newspapers. We were the new company that is rivaling Uber and blah blah, blah and growing fast, and nobody realized that we are like two people in Lithuania doing that stuff. It's it was amazing to be in that sort of position. I think when I left, we were
Uh-huh.
already like 10 people and we grew 5 times a year. And it was very, very cool experience. Yeah.
Wow, wow. So by the time you left, what was the head count
10
at
people.
well,
Yeah. 10,
yeah,
10 full-time employees. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, that's fascinating. And then you stepped into a role of CEO of FoodOut.it, which is a food delivery
Yeah.
startup. What did you like about this role? What surprised you about this role when you stepped into it?
Uh, very, very different experience. The head of the board of Food Out actually convinced me to join, Thomas Martunas. And to be honest, he, I definitely got more to do and wider range of possibilities of what to do and what to make decisions on, because I was responsible basically for 3 countries and running a startup itself, not the country manager where you just relocate and do things. But it was a very different experience. I remember going from 10 people and doing everything very quickly and growing quickly with small budgets and everything to probably a team of 100
Hmm.
people. And it was a lot of more of administration and the mess and processes were not there and things are not working. And the platform itself is like old and difficult to it was hell of a year. For a year, it was, yeah, but we managed to do very, very cool stuff. I mean, we signed the first contract with McDonald's in Europe, where like not Uber Eats contract, right? So McDonald's has Uber Eats contract exclusively. They have a
Yeah.
partnership with Uber Eats. So we managed to convince them that if the Uber Eats is not active in the market, they could actually choose somebody else. And Uber Eats were openly saying that they're never going to come into Baltics. It's like too small market for them.
Okay.
So we were like,
Okay.
come on, guys, they are openly saying that they are not going to come in. And you know that deliveries are like 20% of sales. You just like it's there, but you're not doing this. And yeah, and we managed to sign them, which was a very big victory for Food Out for sure at that time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That 20% is probably closer to 50% with
Oh
COVID
yeah.
now, maybe even higher than
Oh
that.
yeah. Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And so after this role, there's a couple of other roles. Do you want to touch base on Air Guru or Keygrow, or would you like to actually jump into foreach.io? Again, you had so many different experiences. I don't want to, I don't want to touch base on each one, but which one of these do you feel like, hey, I learned a lot from this position that I was doing here, and it really helped me with what I'm doing now at Foreach?
At one time, my dear friend told me that like, Tadas, you like change job every June. What's happening? Like, is it meant to be or something? And every change is there, and I know why it happened and what happened and so on and so forth. But I think let's just jump what we are doing here right now, because it's a life changing thing for me. I think we are approaching very, very differently things, and everything seems to be in the right place at the right moment at the right time. And we just launched actually a new product yesterday. Yes, you guys are cleaning the windows. We just launched a new product yesterday actually for US market. It's a product for real estate professionals in the real estate place.
Realthy, right?
Right.
Realthy.
Yeah, Realthy. And yeah, it's definitely, I think, something that gonna challenge the way companies are buying advertising and getting new customers. Because right now we are at a situation that we have two behemoths, basically Google and Facebook, that everybody's I don't know, spending 90% of their marketing budgets on. And you are in the same loop of same companies, all of them actually doing the same things. So we are building a product where you can actually go to real estate professional and say like, hey, maybe you want to be my ambassador and sell the products that I want for that are designed for new home buyers directly
Yeah.
to that
Yeah.
home buyer. And instead of going and paying to Google or Facebook to do some banners online, you would pay, I don't know, some specific amount of money for a real estate agent, and they would actually promote you in person, face to face with the client, with somebody that
Yeah.
they have trust
Yeah.
with, and they have built trust in the 6 to 9 month period of time that they are working.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
so that's that's really, I think, powerful, and we already have rather good traction. And I really want to be in that field to be able to provide that opportunity to the companies to actually do that. So it's
Yeah.
let's just imagine it from the other side, right? For the companies that try to actually differentiate themselves in digital space, it's so difficult to do. Google is just there, right? So whoever you are saying or whatever you are selling, you try to be different. You try to be, I don't know, your brand represents that or that, and you do this and this, and this is this cost. But it's just few clicks away to go to your competitor and to read the same thing. And then the customer themselves feel lost. They don't know what's the difference. What's the difference between those 5 insurance companies that sell absolutely the same product, right? And then when you go not online, but to direct conversation, then imagine just somebody saying that, look, just go for, I don't know, Haggerty, they're the best. And you just instantly do that because somebody actually told you that instead of just reading it online,
Oh, yeah. It's a different game. I want to ask you real quick, what do customers get really excited about when they hear about your other business, fullreach.io? And this is a business that I believe is targeting small and mid-sized businesses in the U.S. currently. And when they discover the platform, what makes their eyes pop wide open and get excited about it?
I don't know if you're going to like the answer. We are a marketing consultancy, or basically we like to call ourselves marketing spec ops, special operations people that are reasonable. So instead of proposing you lots of different things that you can do and it costs you millions of dollars and everything, we're going to look at your funnel, we're going to look at your unit economics, and we're going to actually propose you something that's in line, and it might not promise you like 1,000% of growth every year, which is usually actually very difficult to achieve and not even possible if somebody promises you that. But we're going to actually go into channels that we know that works, and we know that we can predict how much would it cost and where we can actually present the brand best. And our expertise is always in affiliates and in email marketing and in just nurturing your own clients that you have and making sure that you're doing the good job there. You're not over spamming, over pushing something, but you're delivering a good message. So I think it's the differentiator for us is just that we are reasonable. We're not gonna try to extract the most money out of you. It's not our model. We charge you differently. So that's the thing. Yeah.
Okay, what markets are you currently serving for Full Reach?
We are just focusing on US, and US is relatively large to focus on. So, yeah.
Okay. And is it primarily startups, or does it matter what size of business and how long they've been in business?
Usually it's startups. Usually because there is the biggest need. They are in a situation where the product is new, the company is new, they don't have the staff, they don't have the resources in place to actually do a good job. And that's why you probably need this, outside team or outside expertise to help you. So that's why usually we are working with fire economy. It's going to be fintechs, insurance, and real estate. And, it's just natural then that our first product, Realthy, is in real estate and serving the same clients, basically, and helping the same companies get the customers.
Okay. And Tadas, aside from your websites, where can people learn more about you?
LinkedIn. They can actually write me. I'm always available. So if anybody is interested in something, just hit me up and I will have a chat and we'll see where. The famous singer in Lithuania said that, I will try to, make it in English. He said that if a person is a person for a person, then a person is a person for a person. Meaning that if you are being humane for another person, then that other person is going to be humane for you and it's going to be the same conversation. So it's like, I think it's the saying that, it's, you will get the same that you give out. So I think if you are being honest, if you're being, generous with everybody and everything like that, it's going to come back to you basically, and not necessarily in that moment, but probably later on.
Nice. All right. Thank you, Tadas, for being on the show. Everybody enjoyed this conversation I had with Tadas. Look forward to seeing you guys next week. And again, if you have any feedback about the new format, would love to hear it. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Eric. It was a lovely conversation. Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you. for listening to the show. If you enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate it if you could give us a review and star rating. Also, don't forget to sign up for the ICO newsletter at innovatorscanlaugh.com, where you can get the bio and details of each guest. Thanks.